presidential election, there is a tendency for young people, for African American Latino folks, for casual voters to sit out and say, well, I'm going to wait until the presidential election. This one is actually more important. This is actually more important than any election that we've seen in a long time. We have had big elections before. We've had big choices in our democracy before. Democracy has never been easy. Our founders argued about all kinds of things. We waged a civil war to make sure that we weren't living in a country that was half slave and half free. We overcame a Great Depression. We've had a women's movement and workers' movements and civil rights movements to expand the franchise. We have had a lot of fights in this country about a lot of important issues. And each time we've made progress, we've also then had retrenchment. Sometimes we've gone forward and then sometimes we've gone backwards. The good news is the broader story of America has been one of progress. The good news is that for all our ups and downs, America's become more free and more just and more equal and more prosperous than it was in the past. It's not perfect. We've got a lot more work to do, but slowly we have tried to move forward. And the progress we made was not because of one leader. It wasn't because a guy made a good speech.
We love you, Obama! That's right!
It wasn't just because of one leader. It wasn't because of one law. It was one because rather than be bystanders to history, ordinary Americans marched and mobilized, they knocked on doors, they talked to their neighbors, they went on picket lines, they voted to make history. Was always a struggle. You take a step forward, somebody tries to push you back. You win the right to form a union. Then right away somebody tries to bust your union. You win the right for a minimum wage. Then Congress doesn't raise it for a couple of decades. You win the right to vote. People try to make it hard for you to vote. Every time we try to pull ourselves closer to the American idea, that all of us are created equal, endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights. Every time that happens, somebody who likes things the way they are, somebody who's benefiting from power and privilege, push back. And they'll push any way they can. Sometimes they push back directly. Sometimes they're sneaky. And they'll try to divide working people. And they'll try to make you feel as if you've got no power. And they'll try to make you cynical. Because it helps them keep their power and their privilege. And we're living through one of those moments right now.
Yes, we are.
It didn't start with one guy. We didn't get here overnight. For a long time now, there's been anxiety and fear and uncertainty that's been building because we live in a rapidly changing world and the economy's changing and the face of America's changing and technology is changing and all of that has challenged who we are and forced us to adapt. And we see things we're not accustomed to, and we get stressed, and we get scared. We don't know what the future is going to bring. And partly because these are serious challenges that require serious responses. It's easy sometimes, when people are feeling uncertain and insecure, to hear voices that stir up fears and try to make us feel more divided. And we're in one of those moments right now. We're in a moment where there's backlash against progress. You know, when I was president, Bob was mentioning, we had to work to deal with the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. Bob was there helping every step of the way. And the actions we took during the crisis turned the economy around, started the longest streak of job creation on record, which continues to this day.